You can now get the right person to enter details or make decisions in your Relay workflows without workspace access being required. Relay is a workflow automation tool that also lets you build AI agents. It supports human in the loop steps. People can enter data or make decisions mid workflow. Those steps can now be completed by anyone, even if they are not in your workspace. Relay now also includes built-in forms, so these forms can trigger the workflows directly. No third-party tools or form builders are needed for simple data collection. If you don't have a Relay.app account already, you can create one for free using the link in the description below. Previously to this new feature and update, you had to use an external or third-party tool builder such as Google Forms or Typeform or Fillout to be able to trigger a workflow using a form submission. But now you can do that all within Relay. They have it built in natively, and this is great for simple data collection. Welcome back. I'm Zack from InnerDev Solutions. We help businesses streamline their processes using custom no-code tools so you can focus on what matters most. To learn more, you can visit our website, innerdevsolutions.com, or use the link in the description below. Once you've created your account, navigate to Relay.app. You can create a new workflow, and we're going to add a trigger. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to search forms, or we can come down here and click this form option, which is new within the last week or so. If we click form, we have this URL, and it's a public link that we can share with anyone that we need to allow to submit data to us. There's a lot of different inputs that are available here that we can add to this form. It's good for simple data intake. If it's something that's a little bit more complicated, using a traditional form builder like Fillout, for example, is still a great option. But for simple data collection, whether it's internal or external, or for partners or clients, this also works quite well. So we're going to keep things really simple for today. We'll use a text field, call this full name, and then there's an option here to make the response required. And you can also enter default value if you want, and we'll hit save. And the next thing we'll do, we'll come down, we'll add an email address. We'll go email, and we want this to be required as well. And maybe we want, there's date options, there's rich text multi-line. We'll take a multi-line text option and put in how can we help. This one, maybe we don't want it to be required. It's optional to them. Hit save here. This is a really simple example of what can be done. Obviously, as I showed you here, there's a lot of different data inputs, and you can add more to it if you want. But for the purpose of this video, this will be sufficient. What we're going to do now is we can hit done, and we need to actually add an additional step. The two new features that I'm talking about today is the forms and then also the human in the loop, which the feature itself isn't new to Relay. They've had that basically from the beginning, but what is new is external users can also now take action, and we can send notifications and request human in the loop actions from external people as well, or people that don't have an account within our workspace. This is going to be the starting point, this new form submission. That's going to trigger this automation, and we're going to jump right into the human in the loop element now. We can come in here, we'll add a step, and we can see there's this option, human in the loop, and we've got a few different options. It can be simply an approval, or we can request a data input as well, and this can be done through Slack or email. We're going to deal with email in this case. We'll do send input form over email, and this is probably a little bit of a silly scenario, but the concept will make sense and is the same across this type of use case. We'll go into send to here, and then from the form submission, select email, and then we can relay this message. The message that's going to be sent out in the email, please review your details submitted. And then from here, we can go to the data requested. And there's a couple things that we're going to do. We're going to add in a text field, and this one's just going to be name. Then from here, we'll enter the default value. That's just simply going to be what they submitted to us. Another use case is, let's say we need to deal with some sort of time off request. Maybe it's internal to the company, and we need to send this to a manager. We could think of it as someone within our company is submitting a time off request via a form, and then this is going to be sent to the manager for them to approve it and add some additional details if needed. That's the type of workflows that can benefit from features. So now from the form submission, we're just going to pass in the full name and we can hit save. We'll pass in the email address, just label as email, form submission, email, and hit save. And maybe want to give them a chance to update or add additional information. We'll click text multi-line, how can we help? And we'll pass in the response that they provided. We'll hit save. And then there's a few additional options here as well. We can set a due date. I'm just going to leave it as no due date. We can remind the assignee, that's this person here. So the person receiving the email 1 day after initial notification. Sure, that works fine. There's a preview option if we want to test this. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to publish it and give a full test run. And we can go to escalation behavior. Take an action if the step is not submitted. We can add a notification to the run owner. In this case, I would be notified if the person didn't take action, or we can add a behavior here as well. And there's a few options. So there's no escalation. We can skip and continue to the next step if it's something that's not all that important, end the run, or reassign to somebody else. But in this case, I'm not going to worry about those settings. I'm just going to leave it blank. Go ahead and publish this. But basically, to reiterate, why this is important now is external clients and partners did not previously have the ability to put input into these automations or in these human in the loop steps if they were not part of the workspace. Even if they were an employee of us previously, if they didn't have an account, which not everyone needs an account, there's some pretty simple workflows that may require other people's input from time to time. And in those cases, it might not make sense for them to have an account. So this is where that comes in handy. Let's go ahead, hit publish, enable it. And now we can click this step 1 or the trigger form submitted, and we will copy to the clip and come in here, paste this in, and let's give it a test run. Here's our simple form, and I'll just add in a random name. I will add in my email address, and then how can we help? I am inquiring about your services, and I'll hit submit. Now that I've hit submit, in a moment or two, I should receive an email. And if I go back into Relay, we can see that there's a run happening. If I open it up, there is a run in progress, and there is the step that we're stuck on right now. If I navigate to my email, I should be able to see this email that was sent to us requesting some sort of input. Here's the email I received, input needed, and we can see what was sent to us. Please review your details and submit. I'll go complete this in Relay now. I'll click this button, and now we can make an update. I want to change my name. I spelled something wrong, which I did right here. Let's back this out, put in my name now, and then we can hit submit, and we can see that it's been submitted. If I navigate back to Relay, in our case, we can see this has been completed. We have not added any additional steps, so this is not going to be a full workflow that anyone will do. What would realistically happen is we'd probably add another step to update this in a database somewhere. But if I go in here to click view output, we can see that the name is now changed, and we could use that data to now update our contacts database. So this is a really simple example of how to use these two features, but the concept is the same. The new built-in forms feature is great to be used when you need to collect information quickly and trigger your workflow or automation. For example, a client intake or some sort of partner intake is a great use case for this if it's relatively simple or there's not a lot of data that you need to collect, internal team requests, or just a simple data capture without a full front end is where this can apply. The human in the loop step, as I mentioned, this is not a new feature. The part that's new, this is now external users can add their input. Basically anywhere where you need some sort of human input or decision before continue. For example, approval steps, data review or correction, or external sign off from clients or partners is a great example of using this action step. When you shouldn't use these features is when you have multi-page forms or conditional branching, long questionnaires with many fields, or if there's a heavy focus on the layout or the user experience. This is the best option, but it does provide added flexibility and gives you additional options to choose from when you do need to collect data or provide users with action steps within different workflows. Overall, Relay.app is a great tool and can be used for a lot of different use cases. It's great for small to medium-sized businesses with one or even hundreds of different users, and it can also be used for the Fortune 500 companies. Relay may not be the best fit for use case across the entire organization, but within specific teams and departments within these larger companies can also be a great option. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for more tutorials in the future.